Hey guys, it is Tuesday and it is December 1st. We've made it to December. Now we get to start crossing our fingers for snow days eventually. Okay,
I
so
think this whole year has been a snow day.
it's true. I don't really know how snow days would work either. Are they gonna make us do virtual work at home on a snow day? I don't know. Anyway, okay, so today is Tuesday, December 1st, and we are going to continue our work with integers. Today is super simple. Again, yesterday was really easy and today is really easy. That's why we felt like we could do this work at home and you would get it no problem, okay? So we are dealing with number lines today. You're going to learn how to label the number line and a few key new words that you'll need. Okay, so Mr. Winslow is going to take it away and deal with our number lines.
Great introduction, Ms. Bridwell.
Always.
So, what we're going to do today is very simple. We are literally just going to number a number line. Now, yesterday we talked to you about, well, in 5th grade, you've numbered number lines for a long time. You've used number lines for a long time, but really you have just been using half of a number line. Okay? So in elementary school, you just labeled it in the positive, so starting at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up until wherever the number line ended. So in 6th grade, we're going to introduce you to the second half of the number line, which is just as easy, but with a few little twists. So instead of starting over here with 0, what we are going to do is I'm going to start here in the middle with 0. So if you remember from yesterday, I talked about 0 being a border, similar to like the United States and Canada. That line in between it is a border. So when I teach this right here to my kids that are in class, I like to think of this right here, this half as positive land.
Thank you.
And the border here, and this half is, I call it negative land.
Look, they just brought us a teacher appreciation gift. We got a coffee cup
Woohoo!
and
Good.
some gloves that say Kingsport City on it.
That's cool. So, get on here. So, first off, we're going to work over here in positive land. Now, in positive land, everything is normal, everything is cool. You all know how to live in positive land. So, you number your number line however you want to. I'm going to number it 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, you're too excited about gloves right now to worry about teaching.
You know, I just talked about snow days. This does not look like we're going to get a snow day because they gave us gloves to come to work on snowy, cold days.
All right, so
Okay,
I apologize. This is ridiculous that she keeps interrupting. I hope that you are all following along what's going on here. So, over here, it's all normal. Everything is fine. Everything is dandy. Everything is great. All right? You all know how to live in positive land. Now, you're going to get a little crazy, and now we're going to walk across the border of 0 into negative land. Now, in negative land, everything is backwards. Everything is flipped upside down. Everything is not normal. So, if I'm numbering a number line in negative land, it's a little bit different. Okay? So I cross the border, and everything is backwards. You all like my negative land analogy?
I do like negative land.
So we cross the border in negative land. As I said, everything is backwards. So here everything is forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here everything goes backwards. So we actually number the number line kind of in reverse order.
Now, here's an easy way to do this too.
Apparently she did not like my number line.
No, it's perfect. 1 is 1 hop away from 0. Negative 1 is still 1 hop away from 0. That's how you know. So if you get confused as to what backwards means and all that, just count the hops. Okay?
So 0 is always our starting point when we number lines. You know, 1 hop, 2 hops, 3 hops, 4 hops. And it makes sense when we're over here in negative side that, well, this right here would be negative 1 because I just took 1 hop into negative land. So negative 1. Here, I took 2 hops.
Into
Negative 2, into negative land. 3 hops and so forth. So the big mistake we get when we first introduce this is kids labeling it like this. We have a 0 here, and they like to start here and do this. Okay? Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because a number line will go on forever. Once I hit 0, can my next one over here be negative 5? No, so I've hit a dead spot and I can't go on any farther. So make sure you're numbering it kind of in reverse order or make sure you're thinking about the hops, or think about the analogy of negative land, where everything is backwards, everything's upside down, nothing makes sense. So,
Speaking of that, we're gonna stop right here for a second. Now, remember, you're getting bonus points for every time you email us, whatever our fun little saying is.
do I hear extra points coming?
Extra points. So every time you email us this little saying, you get extra points, okay? So, remember, you email your math teacher. So if your math teacher is Mr. Potts, email him. If it's Mr. Winstead, email Mr. Winstead. Okay, here is your saying. Mr. Winstead, give him one.
Oh, I wasn't ready for this.
Oh,
I thought you were coming up with it.
well, we could make it about Mr. Potts again. If you notice, we're still in the same outfit, so it's just the same day. Mr. Potts is not here right now. Should we make Mr. Potts feel really good about himself?
We can, no,
No, we don't.
no, if you're not here, you get picked on, and that's what we do. So, Mr. Potts, as you know, coaches basketball, and he's very proud of his basketball skill set.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to take this right here with a little bit of math too, because you all have learned something. So, your phrase will be, Mr. Potts is a 50% free throw shooter.
Oh, he's not gonna like
And
that.
he won't like that at all.
It's kind of like yesterday when I said he was a slow runner. He's not gonna like that at all.
And it's going to make us very happy because it's going to be funny. So, again, Mr. Potts is a 50% free throw shooter.
That's
Email that to
your
us,
key
and you will
phrase.
have extra points for watching this video. Gosh, we're so giving. It's a season of giving, guys. Season of giving.
All right, so let's finish our work here. So everything Mr. Winstead just did, this is called a horizontal number line because it goes left and right. Okay. The one other thing we need to show you is a vertical number line.
Which
Okay.
means up and down.
So guess
And-
what? It's just as easy.
And if you understood, guys, what I just did on a horizontal, all we're doing is taking that horizontal one and flipping it up and down. Okay?
So I like to remember positive things are good things. Okay, so I think, okay, if I have a vertical number line that goes up and down, the positives still go up.
Well, let's do this right here, Ms. Bridwell. Can you change the numbers to something other than 1, 2, and 3?
Okay.
And this right here is a good thing that we need to learn. So pay attention to what she's going to talk about right here.
Do you want me to leave the scale as 1 or do you want me to change it?
No, that's why I was asking you to change this. It was the reason I was asking.
Well, I didn't know if you want me to count by ones at a different part of the number line.
No.
Count by scales. Okay, so let's go back here for a second. On this number line, you were counting by ones every direction, okay? So what that new keyword is called a scale. S-C-A-L-E. It's called your scale or your interval. So Mr. Winstead's scale on this was 1 because he was counting by ones, okay? Or his interval was a 1.
And hopefully you know on a number line, you don't always have to count by ones. Because if you're trying to get to 100, you don't want to put 100 tick marks on a number line and count by ones to get there. So you can change your scale to anything that you want it to. That is up to you as long as it makes sense. Okay? So the big thing is, look at Miss Bridwell's scale here. So she changed it from 1 to 5s. Is that okay? Sure. Now the big thing is, if you count by 5s, you have to continue to count by 5s. You can't count by 5 here, then 3 there, then 2 here.
Like my next tick mark here can't be 17.
Yeah, has to be counting by 5s all the way. So if you notice her number line is very similar to ours, or mine that I did a second ago, is you have the border here at 0. Now on a vertical, think of it, everything that's above 0 is a positive thing. So everything is positive that's above 0. Now, below 0, everything is negative. But you got to make sure you're counting kind of in reverse order because it took 5 jumps to get here technically. Even though we don't have the least individual tick marks in there, it took 5 hops here, so it's going to take 5 hops to get here. So the same thing as I did before, just up and down instead of left and right. Okay?
Is that it? Okay. Okay, so again, we told you that would be an easy lesson, and it was today. Your homework today is going to be very similar to yesterday. So yesterday you all did M1 on iExcel. Okay, today your assignment is,
Draw a bubble.
does it say three or two? It says two. Do you want them to do both of them? M2 is where they write the tick, like the numbers on the tick marks, and M3 is just plotting a point.
I think they can do both of them. They're fairly
Okay.
easy. I think they're working hard at home, so
Okay, so
Shouldn't
today
take
you're
very
gonna
long.
do two objectives on IXL. And again, you just have to get to an 85 SMART score to get credit for these. So M2 and M3. And again, those are in 6th grade, okay? So find your username and password for IXL that you used yesterday, log in, get them done, and you are finished for the day.
and if you don't remember, it's on Google Classroom. So
Don't
log on.
forget your keyword or key phrase. Email it to Mr. Potts or Mr. Winstead or myself. You guys have a good day.